Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation yet again. Today they're going back for deliberation and everything in the courtroom, and that's not what this video is about, to be honest with you. This video is more about how the media has been basically trying to paint Amber Heard in a good light, and how they've been more or less trying to twist the public reaction to this entire case around to claim things like misogyny, and to claim things like women are being victims because of this. Basically questioning how the vast majority of public opinion is in favor of Johnny Depp in this situation. So obviously, I feel like everyone's kind of heard about this situation, right? It's one of the more famous court cases, at least in recent years, maybe at this point of all time, I have no idea, but I've noticed that there's been this kind of wave of people who are upset about people supporting Johnny Depp. They're upset that Amber Heard is getting so much crap for everything that's gone on, and they are basically just saying just about anything, and I kind of just wanted to highlight some of these pieces of these articles, not only that, but respond to them, because I feel like that these are very easy questions to answer, but these people writing these articles are either like intentionally missing the point so that they don't have to understand what's going on, or they're maybe just actually that dumb that they just can't realize why people would be on the side of Johnny Depp in this entire case. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk about that. So recently there's been a wave of articles that have come out from multiple publications that have basically questioned everybody reacting the way that they have. You know, they'll claim things such as, we're suddenly obsessed with misogynistic tropes, and how did we go from believing women to cheering their humiliation because of this case? Why are so many people invested in this case? And I'm gonna answer all these questions for you very easily in this video. I feel like the vast majority of you kind of already know these things, right? Because it's really not that hard to understand or come to. So the first one I want to take a look at here actually comes from MSNBC, and this is coming from an article that is titled, No matter who wins the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, America has lost. Okay, so pretty dramatic title, right? I mean, America has lost because of this case. Now that a male victim of domestic violence is finally getting his moment in court and a woman is being painted out to be the abuser, all of a sudden America has lost. And it's going back to misogynistic tropes. So the jury is still deliberating, but the internet's court of opinion has already made up its mind. She is lying. While the TikTok hashtag #IStandWithAmberHeard has amassed more than 8 million views, hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp is at 15 billion views and counting. As NBC News reporter Kat Tenbarge noted, the internet simply wasn't built for a trial like this. Some of the social media content slamming Heard has even reportedly been paid for by conservative websites. Oh golly gee whiz. A psychiatrist who testified on behalf of Heard is facing a campaign of negative online reviews meant to sabotage her career. I want to add before we go any further, I believe that this psychiatrist had been caught lying on the stand. I'm not 100% certain of that, but I'm pretty sure that that ended up being the case. So the trial is revealing a lot about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but it's revealing a lot more about us. Why is our supposedly progressive culture suddenly obsessed with old school misogynistic tropes about lying harlots? How did we go from believing women to cheering their humiliation? Armchair pundits and comedians have called the trial and its ensuing media circus fun. The experience has been anything but for survivors. This kind of voyeuristic and sensationalistic celebrity treatment further normalizes abuse and undermines victims of intimate partner violence, especially those who happen to be women. Yeah, because, you know, it's a woman who's a victim in this situation, right? It's almost like this woman didn't sever this man's fucking finger off with a bottle and it literally get explained by somebody, a hand surgeon, that the consistency of the wound was pretty likely for it to be that she threw the bottle at him, right? You know, let's ignore that. Let's ignore all of the facts that have been exposed in the courtroom that have basically shown that Amber Heard more than likely abused Johnny Depp throughout their relationship, more than likely manipulated the facts of the story to try and ruin this man's career, more than likely tried to paint herself out as the victim in this whole situation. Let's just ignore all that because, well, it's a woman who's the domestic abuser this time. You know for a fact that if this was backward and Johnny Depp was the one who was getting all the shit in this situation and he was the one getting exposed for all of this, you already know for a fact that these people would not be writing these articles. They would not be saying these things. They would not be complaining about this. And it shows more or less that when men are victims of domestic violence or are likely victims of domestic violence, this is the reaction that it gets. You know, they try to find any way they can to twist it around and make him the aggressor. They try to twist in any way that they can to defend the woman because, you know, you gotta believe all women, man. You can't just, you know, doubt their stories. You wouldn't want to be that guy who doesn't believe women, right? The article claims that they're cheering her humiliation, okay? After it was exposed that she supposedly shit in their bed and everything else that she did, I can kind of, I guess why maybe she's getting humiliated, right? Because she kind of deserves it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, people would have no problem humiliating and shaming a man for doing these same things. But now that it's a woman, and a notable woman at that, a famous woman, all of a sudden now, that's when these people want to, talk about, oh, how do we go from believing women to cheering their humiliation? Perhaps maybe because you shouldn't just automatically believe a woman's story just because a woman said it. At least in this situation, it's been very clear from the entire jump of this, from all of the evidence shown, that at some point Amber Heard has been lying, okay? She's been exposed for lying multiple times on the stand. In this trial specifically, the details of her story don't add up from eyewitness testimony or forensic testimony. Maybe have you considered that's why the public has made their opinion on this? So what this kind of does is it like almost in a way tries to cancel out what people think, because we're not part of the jury or we're not part of the courtroom. You're not allowed to have an opinion on this situation. The internet's court of opinion has seemingly already made up its mind. She's lying. This hashtag on TikTok has more views. Yeah, because the evidence suggests that this guy is the fucking victim. It's not that hard to wrap your head around. But of course, when a man is a, domestic violence victim, no one really gives a shit, right? Because it's a guy, he can get over it. Man up, bro. Stop crying. Man up, bro. But this isn't the only one, man. This isn't the only thing that I've seen doing this. This is kind of like becoming a common thing. Like they're actually trying to almost clear her name in a way. The libel battle between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife led to a tsunami of online content during the trial, most of it vilifying her, says The Times. They almost act like surprised that most of what's come out has kind of vilified her in a way, right? Like they're almost surprised that through all of the evidence that's been shown in the courtroom and like everything that's happened in this case, that she would be vilified. Can you guys believe that? Amber Heard would be vilified after slicing someone's fingertip off, throwing a vodka bottle at them, mocking a male victim of domestic violence by saying nobody's gonna believe you because you're a man. Who would have thought after all these things that she would have been vilified, guys? Can you believe that? They go on with a follow-up tweet here, and it just doesn't make sense either, so... Now, I'm not in the business of defending Heard. I think that her treatment is dubious, that we the public have form on siding with a man over a woman, but... Mainly, my feeling on this case is, I wasn't there, I don't know them, I don't know. Okay, and that's a fair thing for you to say, but in that rate, does any crime ever occur if you never see it? If someone stabs me in the stomach, and I end up suing them for stabbing me in the stomach, is your same opinion gonna be, well, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened? Like, let's take the O.J. Simpson case, one of the most famous court cases of all time. Let's take that for example. Do you think these people that say, oh, I don't know about this situation, I don't know the details of it, I wasn't there, do you think they hold the same opinion when it comes to something like that? Absolutely not. They either say, oh, that man's innocent, he didn't kill those people, or they say, oh, he didn't do it, he got framed or whatever, right? Because everyone has an opinion on that, right? But of course, when it comes to this one, all of a sudden, oh, I don't know, I wasn't there, so that's my feelings on it, I just don't know. Well, the people in court who are testifying are doing so under oath, so if they're lying, they're literally committing a federal crime, a little something called perjury, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the people in court who are showing the evidence and testifying in favor of Johnny Depp's story probably aren't lying. And the reason I assume that Amber Heard is lying, based on everything, is because most of the things she said so far just haven't added up with the story. When your story doesn't add up, that's typically what people are led to believe, that you're fucking lying. But of course, if it's a woman in this situation, she would never lie, right? Women don't lie. You're supposed to believe all women, bro. How do we go from, believing all women to doubting them in this situation, man? We're supposed to be on her side, guys. This is a stupid problem, but it's a problem nonetheless. They almost want to, guilt trip people for actually believing Johnny Depp in this situation. They want to actually make, you out to be the bad guy for considering that Johnny Depp probably isn't lying. And once again, if the roles were reversed, it absolutely would not be this way. You would not see these people saying, well, why aren't we believing this man in this situation, When did we go from being such a progressive society about believing men to doubting their situation and casting humiliation on them, right? There wouldn't be one article in the world written like that, Even favorite men of all time.net would never write an article like that. But of course, when the roles are switched, that's the first thing that's being jumped to by the media, because My personal belief on it is the reason that they're really mad about it is because a lot of people are making YouTube videos talking about it, and they call that out in every article, you know, oh, but there's people online taking advantage of the situation, as if the fucking media doesn't write 300 articles about this kind of thing. But it's of course okay when they write 300 articles talking about something, but you can't make 6 videos talking about the same thing, because then you're taking advantage of the situation. How dare you try to profit off this? And I will say that there are some pretty weird compilations, like, I don't necessarily agree with the people who are doing things like Amber Heard pwned in court, LOL, Johnny Depp memes. Like, yeah, I don't agree with those videos, but people simply giving opinion and like commentary over the situation are literally doing nothing wrong. They're doing the same thing the media does, except we're doing it in a more convenient and better format. And it's just a continuation of the internet doing the media's job better than the media that's been going on for years. This is why a lot of the, you know, these outlets and these publications are dying off and they're laying off their staff. So of course, you know, I feel like that's the reason why they write shit like this, because they know that time's ticking, they know that they're losing in this situation, they know that their side's not the one winning, and they don't like that. So of course they have to try and find some way out of it, right? You know, how dare we doubt a woman in this situation and shit like that. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the Amber Heard situation and signing out.